Morning, my holy sisters and brothers. Early on a Sunday morning, coming to you from LA. Got a beautiful story to share with you about the shepherd and the shofar. We blow the shofar every day in Elul, the final month of the Hebrew year, as the whole world prepares to come before the heavenly court to receive our decree for the coming year on Rosh Hashanah. This is a month of examining our deeds, of increasing our good deeds, particularly giving to righteous causes. It's a especially propitious time to donate to organizations that share Torah in the world, like Accidental Talmudists. The idea is that we sweeten the decree by showing compassion to our fellow creatures during the month of Elul. Perhaps we have a better chance that the heavenly court will show compassion to us when we receive our decree on Rosh Hashanah for the coming year. The story that I want to share with you today, beautiful, beautiful story. I actually got it from this collection, which I just love. Rabbi Abraham Twersky's book. He's actually a doctor, psychiatrist, so Rabbi Dr. Abraham Twersky, this collection of Hasidic stories, highly recommended. So the story is told that the Baal Shem Tov was the founder of Hasidic Judaism, lived in the 17th and 18th century. And this guy was on a whole other level. That's why he was given the vision and the ability to create this whole new movement in Judaism, which is thriving and going strong even today. He had an enhanced vision. He could see things that other people couldn't. People would come to him for counsel because he could see right into their soul. He could also see beyond what was immediately around him. And in his time, he was basically the holiest man on earth. Excuse me. But he was once shown by heaven that there was somebody out in the world who was even holier than him, let's say. That his service to God, his worship of God, was an even higher level than the holy Baal Shem Tov. And he wasn't jealous in any way. He wanted to see how this other man served God so that he could perhaps learn and his service to God could go even a little bit higher. So he gathered his disciples around him and he went out to find this person and see how he serves God so that he could learn from him. Well, they traveled, they figured out who it was and where he was to be found. And then they traveled to this pasture out there somewhere. And the man who was an even higher and holier plane than the holy Baal Shem Tov was a simple shepherd. So the Baal Shem Tov and his disciples, kind of from the woods, observed this shepherd who was taking care of his sheep and wondering, what makes this man so holy? How is his Torah so great? Well, the man at a certain point, is very young actually, really just like a teenager, went out into the field with his shepherd's horn. In fact, this is a kudu horn. It might be... Never mind. So he went out there in the field among his sheep and he looked up to God and he said, "Master of the universe," said the shepherd, "Master of the universe, you are so great. You created such a beautiful world. You gave us all life. You gave me life. And I just want to say thank you. I'm a Jew, but I was orphaned at birth and I was raised among non-Jews. And so I was never educated in the ways of my people, how to thank you properly as a Jew. But I know that the Jews blow a horn for you. And so I will blow my horn." Excuse me. "And so I will blow my horn." And then he blew his horn out in the field. And I'll do that momentarily. And he says, "And I don't know what else the Jews do, but I'll do everything that I can. And I'm sure the Jews sing for you. So I don't know any Jewish prayers or songs, but I know a shepherd's song." And then he sang his song for God. And he said, I want to do more for you. I don't know what my people do, but I know what I can do. And so he liked to turn somersaults in the field. He was pretty good at it. And so he turned a bunch of somersaults in the field. And he said, Master of the universe, for a God as great as you, I wish I could do more than just blow my shepherd's horn and sing my shepherd's songs and turn some somersaults. I want to give you something, but all I have is this 1 penny. But it's all I have, and I give it to you. And he threw it way up in the air. And then over in the trees were the holy Baal Shem Tov, the greatest Rebbe of his generation and one of the holiest men in history, turned to his disciples and he said, that penny which the shepherd threw up in the air will not come down to earth. It will be accepted in heaven where it will be treasured. And all of us should learn from this simple shepherd how to love God with all our heart and all our soul and all our resources. May we be inspired by the shepherd who inspired the holy Baal Shem. May we be inspired by the holy shepherd who inspired the holy Baal Shem Tov. And when we hear the cry of the shofar in Elul, may we be inspired to go ever higher in our service of God, do more for God, do more for God's creatures, do our best. Have a beautiful Sunday, a great week, and a great rest of your Hebrew month